Have you ever felt like you're losing yourself? Not in a metaphorical way, but literally watching your life slip through your fingers, replaced by something or someone else. This is the story of Alex Harper, a 28-year-old photographer whose solo trip into the Appalachian Mountains turned into a descent into a reality he could no longer call his own. Alex was an adventurer at heart. With his camera as his only companion, he set off on a backpacking trip, seeking the raw, untamed beauty of the Appalachian Trail. Miles from any sign of civilization, deep within the dense, whispering woods, he stumbled upon something completely unexpected: a small, dilapidated cabin. It was ancient, weathered by countless seasons, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the forest. Curiosity, as it often does, got the better of him. He pushed open the creaking door and stepped inside. The air was thick with the smell of dust and decay. Sunlight struggled to pierce the grime on the windows, illuminating floating dust motes in golden shafts. But it was what hung on the far wall that drew him in. A large, ornate mirror, its silvering tarnished with age, yet somehow pristine. Alex raised his camera to snap a picture, but froze. The man staring back at him from the mirror wasn't him. The reflection had his build, his clothes, but the face was a stranger's, harsher, older, with eyes that held a chilling emptiness. He dropped his camera, his heart pounding against his ribs. He touched his face, feeling his own features, then looked back. The stranger in the mirror mimicked the motion, but the face remained alien. Shaken, he explored the rest of the one-room cabin. On a rickety table, he found a leather-bound journal. The brittle pages were filled with elegant, spidery script. The diary belonged to a man named Elias Crow, dated back to the 1800s. Alex began to read, and a cold dread washed over him. Elias wrote of the cabin, of the strange mirror, and of the unsettling feeling that he was no longer alone in his own body. He described waking up with no memory of the previous day, finding objects moved, and hearing whispers in a voice that was almost his own. The final entry was a frantic, terrifying scrawl. "It wears my face. I am a stranger in my own home. God help me." That night, trapped by a sudden, violent storm, Alex was forced to stay in the cabin. Sleep was impossible. He heard footsteps outside, saw shadows flicker at the edge of his vision, and felt an unseen presence watching him from the corners of the room. He clutched the journal, Elias Crow's words echoing in his mind. When morning finally came, Alex fled. He didn't stop running until the tree gave way to the familiar sight of his car. He drove home, trying to convince himself it was all a bad dream, a hallucination brought on by exhaustion and solitude. But the nightmare had followed him home. He started experiencing gaps in his memory. He'd find himself in the middle of a conversation with no idea how it started. His friends would mention things he supposedly did or said, things he had no recollection of. He looked at his own photographs, and they felt like they were taken by someone else. The compositions were different, colder. His reflection became a source of terror. Sometimes, for a fleeting second, he'd see the stranger from the cabin staring back at him before his own face snapped back into place. His life was being systematically erased and rewritten. His girlfriend claimed he'd been distant, cruel even. His boss at the photo studio reprimanded him for missing deadlines he didn't remember. He was becoming Elias Crow, a stranger in his own life. The mirror in the cabin wasn't just showing a different reflection, it was swapping realities. After 2 weeks of this maddening erosion of his identity, Alex knew he had to go back. He had to destroy the cabin, shatter that cursed mirror, and reclaim his life. He drove back to the Appalachian woods, navigating the overgrown trails with a desperate urgency. He found the clearing where the cabin had stood, but it was empty. There was no sign of the structure, no rotted wood, no foundation. It was as if it had never existed. In the spot where the cabin should have been, lying half buried in the dirt, was a single, sharp shard of mirrored glass. As Alex bent to pick it up, he caught a final glimpse of his reflection. It was the stranger's face, and this time it was smiling. Alex Harper was never seen again. His car was found abandoned by the side of the road. The only thing left behind was a hastily scrawled note tucked into his camera bag. It read, "Don't look in the mirror. It's not you." So, is this just a chilling ghost story, another tall tale born from the mysterious Appalachian woods? Or is there a place, a cabin that appears and disappears, waiting for the next lonely traveler? We may never know. But if you ever find yourself walking those ancient trails and come across an old cabin that shouldn't be there, maybe it's best to just keep walking. Some reflections are better left unseen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mysteries. Stay safe out there.